please off the mic. Let me do a little bit of recapitulations. Okay. So class, just have a look. Okay. This is the condensed. We have finished the introduction, learning attitude, the benefit of meditations, and the conditions. The condition we talk about is the self-restraint and the sign of eradication of major offenses. And the adequacy of the requisite is about our career. Okay. It's about your career. Okay. The third one is living in a leisure and quiet place, stop outer costs and the businesses and close to kana mitata. The theories apply if you join the retreat. All right. Then we are in the number 4, condemn desire and abandon hindrances. Okay. So class, if you remember first about the greed. Okay. So I show you the video clip that a lady who is a shopaholic. All right. Then we start to study from the childhood, then he becomes shopaholic. All right. Then the second is about the anger. There's a conflict between a queen and a princess. Okay. So during the conflict, we know that people, they used to once we're angry, we will try to destroy the preference, okay, of the target. Okay, so this is why we have to try to control ourselves, so that we won't dramatize. I mean, our junior, basically. So now we go to the third one. It's about the sloth and topper. Okay. So okay. It is gladly to I'm gladly to tell that once we about here, meaning to say we're about to finish the class already. Maybe you wait for a very long time already. Are we about to finish already? I think. So let's take a look. Before okay, maybe yeah, Yoki, can you please read it out? Abandon, sloth, and topper.
Abandoning sloth and torpor. Sloth. Sloth is a sluggishness or dullness of mind. Its characteristic is lack of driving power. Its function is to dispel energy. It is manifested as the sinking of the mind. Its proximate causes is unwise attention to boredom, drowsiness, etc. Torpor. Torpor is the morbid state of mental factors. It is the characteristic is unwillingness. Its function is to smoother. It is manifested as drooping or as a nodding and sleepiness. Its proximate cause is the same as that of a sloth.
Yeah, I think I asked the right person to read, right? To read, right? Because this is the problem you counter mostly. How about the energy exercise? Does this really help you recently for the past so many energy skills?
Yes.
Really? Which ones really help you? I mean, to get away from the sloth and topper? Which ones?
Which one?
Which one skill?
I think yes, even the yoga one is help also.
No, you have to work hard for it. Yeah, because there must be something wrong if you're always on the sloth and topper. There must be some blood circulation or what, chi circulation. If the yoga help, you have to study why, and find out the reason. Okay, okay. Please highlight the notes, please. Okay, class again. We are going to we'll go through a video clip before the discussion. Okay. Okay, we start the video clip. Okay, class, your note is without highlight, am I right? Without highlight. Okay. So let's start with our video clip in the first place.
What if I could pull a prank around the world? Almost like a magic trick. A prank so sneaky, nobody knows it's even happening. This is something we all do every day. But today, I'm gonna make you do it with the power of a yawn. What's up with the yawning, man? You said 15 minutes you've been coming through here like this, back and forth with this yawning.
Johnny,
Hand over your mouth.
tired, man. I'm tired.
What's going on,
Go
man?
home and sleep, bro. I should go and
You
sleep.
should go home and get some rest or something, man. But you got the germs all over the place, man. What's good, man?
All right.
Going someplace else. Go take that yawn someplace else.
Yes, we applause to the video clip production. Okay, do you yawn during the video clip? Do you yawn? No, oh, you know, basically, it is normal for people yawn, during watching the video clip. It seems like there's some virus in the video clip and will make people yawn. It used to happen, Okay, class. Basically, how do we relate the video clip to our notes? Let's take a look, class. Okay. Well, we call it a sloth and topper. Sloth is the last sluggishness of the dullness of the mind, and function is dispel the energy. Basically, once we talk about sloth and topper, meaning to say that you will find that all your five faculty cannot really function well, and you feel a very dullness, sluggishness in the body. Meaning to say that you cannot become vigorous. Okay, yeah. So that is the meaning of the sloth and topper. Basically, there's a few reasons to cause a sloth and topper. Number one is due to the tiredness. You feel very tired. Okay, so you just have a rest. You should go have a rest if you feel tired due to the tired. Second is due to the blood circulation. Once the blood feel to flow to the brain, it will cause sluggishness also. Okay. So if that's the case, you have to check is this a meridian problem or the blood circulation problem. Sometimes by doing some exercise, it can help. If you encounter low blood pressure, you have to check what's the reason for the low blood pressure. This is about the physical, and also the meridian. All this is all considered physical. If about the mentality, number one, you might be lost interest to certain thing. If you are not interested in certain thing, it is easy for you to feel sloth and topper. It happened during our study time, especially history class. Am I right? History class is the yawning class. Everybody just easy fall asleep to the history. And some people also claim that some texts is very taxing, like law books, very detailed, like even Abhidhamma, they say, if you cannot fall to sleep, you just read this, then you will fall to sleep. It's better than sleeping bill, they say. So we need to say that mentality also will influence you. Okay. Anyway, besides, your sitting posture influence you. If let's say you cannot sit straight, okay, it can cause you yawning also, because due to the flow of the blood and qi, they cannot reach to your brain. Okay, so meaning to say that next time, make sure you sit properly. Okay, and then if let's say the yawning come back again, there's a few things you can do for the meditation. If let's say, you should shift your attention from the lower part body to the upper part body. Because as long as you pay attention to the upper part body, you will try to direct the flow of the blood to the upper part of the brain. So that is why. Because in Theravada, there's a method, they also quite, it is quite common for the Theravada devotee to observe the abdomen, rising, falling. But if let's say you feel dorsal, you shouldn't observe the lower part of the body. You should observe the upper part of the body. Okay, and then we can do more massage, crown pulling, as we learn, and massage your ear, all these things to make sure that you are free from the sloth and torpor. Basically, okay, if you really want to make the sloth and torpor disappear, the sloth and torpor disappear only once you attain to the first jhana. Because the 5 jhana anchor factor are going to suppress all the 5 desire and also the hindrances, including sloth and torpor. But if you wish to totally get rid of it, remove it, you have to wait until the 4th stage of the arahantship. Because 4th stage arahant, they will totally eradicate it. Okay, sloth and torpor. So meaning to say that it is, I mean, if you compare the rest, the greediness, the anger, sloth and torpor is not as serious as like anger. Especially anger will make you try to destroy and hurt your relationship. But sloth and torpor, I don't think so. Yeah, Yoki, how about your sloth and torpor? It just influenced your working? No. You just experience it during meditation.
Meditation, yes.
Okay. So you have to try to check out how, if let's say you do yoga, the things will disappear. Meaning to say it's about the blood and the chi problem or possible. Okay, there's a few things about the sloth and torpor. Okay, if you go to read through the sutta, they will say that if you feel sloth and torpor, maybe you can twist your thigh, okay, make you feel pain, go to wash your face, okay. Instead of a sitting meditation, you should go to walking meditation. So all this can, just make you feel refresher. But anyway, if let's say you really feel very sloth and torpor, so you better go have a sleep if you feel tired. So 10 to 15 minute rest can make you sleep. Okay, can make you, sit better later on. It's rather than you just sit for 1 hour, but always like that, it is useless. So you have a 10, 15 minute quality sleep and sit well for the 20 minute is better. Okay, so this is a better option. Okay, well, this is about the sloth and torpor. Okay, let's take a look to the next. Okay, then now we go to the abandoning worry and the restlessness. Okay, class, can you please copy down the remarks in red first? Sharon, can you do the reading for the whole passage? Worry. On the mic, please, Sharon.
Abandoning worry and restlessness. Worry, kukucha. Kukucha is what is worry or remorse after having done wrong. Its characteristic is subsequent regret. Its function is to sorrow over what has and what has not been done. Restlessness.
Yeah, it is manifested as remorse.
It is manifested as remorse. Its proximate cause is what has and what has not been done, i.e., wrongs of commission and omission. Restlessness, udacha. Restlessness or agitation has characteristic of disquietude, like water without the wind. Its function is to make the mind unsteady, as wind makes a banner ripple. It is manifested a turmoil. Its proximate cause is unwise attention to mental disquiet.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to show you a picture. See anybody watch the picture before or not? Is there anyone see this picture before? Yes, anyone see the picture before? Li Ping, can you try to describe the history, the background regards the picture? On the mic, please.
I don't know the history. I just saw the picture before.
That's only.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the history.
How about the rest? No people see the picture before. No, the picture is so famous. Okay, okay. Li Ping, do you know that? The moment you saw the picture, do you know that the photographer has won the famous reward? They call it as a police prize. In the photograph industry. Have you heard about that? No. Okay. Well, police prize. In the photographic industry is as the status is as equivalent as the Grammar Award it's very high status, so after winning the prize of the photograph, okay, the photographer commits suicide. You know why? The reason is people start criticize him. They say, why you don't go to save the child instead, but just go to take the photograph and let the vulture go to eat the child. So that is the criticizer. So from the news, they say the photographer guilty. So the what does the photograph experience is exactly same like this We call it as a worry, kukucha. It's a worry or the remorse after having done wrong. So he found that he feels so sorry about this. Sometimes, even though this kukucha, if you compare with the anger, it is not as destructive as anger. But if let's say kukucha is in your mind, quite sure you cannot sleep well, you cannot eat well, and the guilty can make him commit suicide. I think we all experienced kukucha before. So, if the thing's supposed to be done, you haven't done it, and the things which is not supposed to be done and you have done it, then you will feel guilty. So in our Chinese, basically the proverb said that there's two things you can't wait. One is the filial piety, second is the good deeds. If you miss the opportunity to do, then you will regret, you will be kukucha. Okay. But here I think Wagi, Mrs. King, and also Mr. Teo, all parents is not here anymore, because if your parent here is maybe 80, 90 years old already, maybe 100 years old, I think. Yeah, maybe they're not there here anymore. So any good deed, please try just to do as soon as possible. If let's say there's a good opportunity to do the good deed. So I remember during the MCO, our blood bank, they need blood urgently. Okay, so they call up for the blood donation. So I raised up the issue in our WhatsApp group. There's a few, half people support for the blood donation. Okay, they are willing to take the risk, but half they don't. They say, oh, I worry if I got infected. I still got parents, still got children, don't know what to do, you see. So finally, for those who agree for the donation, they take risks and go and they took risks and they have successfully donated the blood. Okay, so because if they don't do, they will feel kukucha, you see. Whereas the other half, if they go to do the blood donation, they also feel kukucha because they prioritize their parents and the children. It is reasonable also. So meaning to say that whether the things is right or wrong, it really depends on your own conscience. So the benchmark is, can you sleep at night or not? If you have done something, so this is simple key for you to decide whether you should do the things or you shouldn't do the thing. But one thing is if let's say you don't feel any kukucha for many things, even though the thing is very common for you and I, so there must be something wrong already. Okay, you have to check the education background and maybe past life, especially if somebody just reincarnated from the animal realm, become the human, basically the kukucha is not that strong. You can find easily from the gangster community. Basically, gangster, they don't have much kukucha. So they can just torture people and they enjoy for torturing people also. You're suffering. It doesn't feel, you feel nothing with your suffering. So this type of people, they can easy, they don't feel any kukucha. Because the proximate cause of kukucha is you must be frightened for the all the unfavorable of the verbal action and also the mentality, which is in the negative. You should be frightened for it. If you don't get frightened, so meaning to say that you just will follow what you want to do only. Okay. And in Buddhism, according to some sutra, I mentioned that during the time, without the God, during the time without the Buddhism, so this is the kukucha who will just, become the guardians in the society, to make sure that everybody just be ethical. But if let's say without the guardians of this, so the society will be just in the chaotic. So this is the one thing. Second is about the restlessness. We can check the restlessness so easy. Okay, as long as you got nothing to do, then you start daydreaming. The daydreaming itself is the restlessness. During the meditation, your mind cannot just stay focused. So that's the restlessness. Basically, same. You have to reach to the 5 jhana, the fifth, at least first jhana, in order to suppress the restlessness. Okay, and only Arhan, the attainment of Arhanship can totally remove the restlessness also. How shall we encounter this? For the second one, the restlessness, as long as you pay attention, focus to the object, you are start controlling it already. Basically, don't try to suppress your thought. Okay, why? Because the more you suppress, the stronger the restlessness is. We learn quite a number of techniques. Basically, all techniques helps, to make your mind less restless. Especially, the crossing energy. Remember? We try to use the right hand to tap the left knee, to touch the left knee, and the left hand to touch the right knee. Because basically, if let's say your energy flow laterally, it will cause your mind agitated, restless. But if let's say you make your energy to crossing, okay, to flow in a crossing way, so your mind will be more focused. That's what we see. Anybody feel less restless after the crossing energy? Anybody feel the effect of it? No, none of you. So which one skill you can feel more focused? Yeah. Wagi, which one skill you feel more focused after you perform the skill? On the mic.
Need to do some exercise before meditation.
Then the energy skill with 6 because 6 sets. Which set make you more focused?
The first set of the
3 thumb.
Yes.
How about Sharon? Which one you feel can focus better?
I normally, if I not focused, if I feel I'm not focusing, I will just telling myself to be mindful, come back.
Then you
one is nothing. I just tell myself.
No, how about the energy exercise? Which set?
Energy exercise, I think I find that most are very good for me.
So you can focus better, no matter which one. Also good, very good.
I think yoga.
Yoga, you can focus better. How about Mrs. Kecking? On the mic, please.
I find that for me, this yoga set 2 is better for me.
Okay, focus better. How about Mr. Teo?
Same, set 2.
Yoga set 2. How about Junji?
I missed the last 2 weeks class, so I did not follow the exercise.
But you, but you watch the previous lesson, you do.
Yeah, the previous video. I think last 2 I missed, the previous videos I did follow. Yes.
You follow the video clip. Okay. Anyway, so this is good. Why you can feel focus better? The reason is yoga will activate the chakra. Basically, the chakra activation will cause the flow of the middle nadi. So this is more for this is the method more from Taoism and the Yogaism. Okay, and the Tibetan Buddhism, they will apply all the skill. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. Maybe you think, it is not very origin. It doesn't matter as long as it works for you. Okay, because we just use it as an expedient only. It's just a simple way. It's not much trouble by just using some skills. Even though you borrow from other religion, it doesn't matter. As long as you can come down, but the core of the Buddhism study, we must always be there. So that to ensure the identity as a Buddhist, the core study is most important. Okay, so that's good. So let's take a look. Okay, once we talk about the restlessness, we go to the abandoning the doubt. Okay, abandoning the doubt. Okay, let's see about the kukucha. So class, just remember just if you feel sorry to somebody, just take opportunity to say it just don't wait anymore Okay, thank you and sorry. Just say immediately. Okay, now next is abandoning the doubt. Okay, yeah, Wagi, can you please read it out? Abandoning doubt. On the mic, please, Wagi. On the mic, you have it on the mic yet?
Yeah. Sorry. Abandoning confidence due to doubt. Our effort is fruitless if we are doubt. Actually, should be. I think we are such as a handicap. A handicapped person without hand will gain nothing, even traveling. Treasure. Understand. There are 3 kinds of doubt. Firstly, self-degrading, incapability of faculty, This attitude may cause difficulty in developing our samadhi. The one who wish to develop belittling our past life karma unpredictable. Secondly, Acharya, how can he teach me with his poor deportment of appearance, such skeptical and detrimental to samadhi? We may remove to Mahayana, abandon a has because we have to contemplate the Acharya as Buddha in conduct. Thirdly, skeptical towards the Dharma, thus resulting in poor execution of the Dharma.
Thank you so much. Please highlight the point. Awagi, your line is quite is not bad, but it's how to say
Disturbing you.
No, how should I say? Junji, can you describe what you hear to Wagi? Junji,
It's not smooth, is it?
Yeah, the line is breaking.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I think it might be due to my speaker because I'm putting.
This speaker problem?
Not sure. Don't think it's. I don't think it's a speaker or mic problem.
It should be Wi-Fi problem, right?
Problem. Yeah.
A Wi-Fi it's breaking. Yes.
The reader.
Do you have problem listening to us? Does the sound come and goes?
Okay, class. Basically, once we talk about the doubtful, we'll be doubtful to take aspect. Number one, you doubtful about yourself. Okay. The second, you doubtful about the teacher. The third one, you are doubtful about the method, the dharma. Basically, for those who are doubtful, it just seems like you don't have a hand. Once you're climbing to the gold mountain, without a hand, how can you grasp the gold? Right? It's the same only. So number one, if let's say, number one, you shouldn't doubtful for yourself and belittle yourself. Basically, it depends on what method you choose. You go to learn the chanting of the Buddha name, Amitabha, the name. Basically, they will tell you that now is a Dharma ending age. It's useless for you to practice. So you should solely depend on the Buddha name and they will go to save you. So that is the method. Because of this method, 90% rely on the external power. So they will try to belittle you so that you rely on it. But if let's say you do the meditation, you cannot think like that. Because meditation, 90% is depends on ourselves. So you always think that, maybe past life, I do my cultivation, I do my qigong. So I shouldn't belittle myself. And I believe that I'm able to achieve the jhana if I work hard. So must be always confidence by yourself. Okay, so remember sometimes if you mix friend with other Dharma friend, they are nian for famen. So you have to be careful. So you will be influenced by them if you choose meditation. Okay, do you get it? Okay, it's nothing wrong because some people, especially they are not the analytical mind people, they prefer the nian for famen, simple. Okay, they just, this is a faith type of people. They just, put their faith on the Buddha, the method, then they can achieve successfully. Basically, there are a lot of, the success case in this type of Nian Fo farming, you know. The reason is because it's simple. As long as if you're the faith type people, you can easily attain for it. All right. Then second is about the method. Okay, if you're skeptical to the method, please make sure that you build the confidence by yourself. Ask me the question. Okay, what confidence you lost? Okay, if you need to learn, to get the confirmation, you can ask more teachers and go to check. The source of information. We can show you the original text, which we guide you. Basically, original text is the place where you start to build your confidence. Okay, and then of course you can go through 2 more teachers and avoid. Okay, please don't go to follow the teacher which with a different tradition. I don't know whether you have experience or not. If you go to the forest monk will say that, oh, the city monk, they study a lot, they don't meditate, they will criticize, you know, sometimes. If you go to the city monk, and for those who study the Buddhism, they will say, oh, the jungle monk, they are like artists, they don't bother, they don't learn things step by step, they don't have the detail. It happens like that, mutually criticize. So make sure that if you follow a teacher, okay, with a detailed study, okay, and the method, for example, based on Visuddhimagga, you look for the second teacher also must be Visuddhimagga, so that the teachers are same, what you learn will be continuously. In the Dharma is the same, you know, sometimes this school will deny the other, this school will deny other, but basically both are correct. It's just because due to different capacity and due to the character only. You get it? So make sure that so sometimes as a devotee, they're always confused, you know. The more teacher they encounter, the more confused they are. Because sometimes the teacher, they are different character, they haven't understand which character they are, and they feel to get proper teacher, so they keep on confusing. So make sure you know which type of character you are, whether you are the faithful type people or you are more analytical mind. If you're an analytical mind, you have to look for the teacher more with the Abhidhamma base or the study base. If you are more on the faithful type people, maybe you should look for like Nian Fo Famana or the forest monk type. Then if you follow after learning from one teacher, you have to if you wish to change the teacher must be same method, same style one, so that you can proceed yourself. If you come to learn here, okay, we talk about the method Anapanasati, then you go the other method, they deny what you learn, or so you just get confused. So you get it? So I think nowadays the problem is the over-sufficient of information. It's more than sufficient. It makes you confused already. And I think today not the problem is this. And sometimes you go to Theravada and you come to Mahayana, and what you learn in Mahayana, go to Theravada, they deny it. All this just create more confused to yourself. Okay, so this is the second thing. The third one is the teacher is the same. So basically, okay, just make sure you have confidence to the teacher. If you don't have, if you don't really have a confidence, maybe just after the class, the course, so you look for other teacher. That's the best way. No point. Just keep on. To learn something. From the teacher, which lack of confidence. It's the same, you know. During our study time, sometimes as a student, most people they are quite naughty, right? Especially they prefer they try to label some nickname to the teacher, right? Not a nickname. How should I put it? What they call on farm how should I put it in English? Junje. What?
I think I don't know. I think it's nickname.
What?
I think it's nickname. I think nickname is the correct.
The nickname correct way. Yeah. You know, during I was a teacher before, you know. So basically, the teacher all said that. So we prefer teach the student from standard 1 to standard 3 only. Because at standard 4, they start to label the nickname to the teacher. So better to teach them. You see, I remember the moment we put a nickname to the teacher. Actually, it shows disrespect. You know, sometimes some student they are smart and clever. Sometimes it's naughty But actually, you can't apply it to the Dharma, you know. If you don't have respect, you can't successful in learning the Dharma. Dharma is a different thing, you see. So that's why here, basically, you see, Dharma created from the respect. So it shouldn't be commercialized. I accept the commitment fee, but this is refundable. It is not a tuition fee, you know. It is we refund back to you. But I want you to finish the learning. Okay. So basically, if let's say you commercialize it, like what you study MBA in the college, basically, I heard some teachers say that the student noticed that you can't teach well. In the next lesson, they complain to the office, and immediately the office will sack the teacher immediately. You don't see any respect in the commercialized education system, you know. So the teacher, they don't feel for me respect, and the student, they come, I pay, then you make me pass the exam. You see, then you don't see this type of respectful. Finally, the production is the person, the examination machine only. So the teacher try to train out the examination machine, and you just want to pass the exam, get the cert, just get a better bucket place, you see, in commercial line. So this is not good if Buddhism happen in this way. So do you get it? So meaning to say, no matter where you go, so make sure you feel good, you feel the affinity is there, then you start the learning. Okay. All right. So this is about the doubtful. You should try to avoid for it. Okay. Next. Okay. Here there's one is about the Mahayana Sutra. So what does it mean, Mahayana? Let's take a look. Mahayana. Mahayana. So this is the definition of the Mahayana. Okay, Mahayana is the terms for the broad group of the Buddhist tradition, text, philosophy, and practice. Mahayana is considered one of the two main existent branches of the Buddhism, and is developed in India about the 1st century. Okay, so this is so-called as a Mahayana. Okay, basically it includes the Pure Land Buddhism. The text example is the Heart Sutra and Mahayana Sutra. Okay, so maybe in a simple way, you just say it's considered. Yeah, it's very long. So a class, basically you can just Google by yourself, or you just say, you just write, Mahayana texts include the Heart Sutra and the Pure Land Buddhism in a simple way. Basically nowadays, there's just only two schools. One is a Theravada, one is the Mahayana. How do we differentiate it? So simple from the clothing. Actually, this is right. People see my this type of wearing. Maybe they will see some scar in my head. They say, "Oh, you are Mahayana." This is a simple way to differentiate. If the Theravada, the group is quite different. Okay. You see, this is basically this is how people differentiate Mahayana and Theravada. This is a Theravada monk. You see, this is the wearing, you see. This is the custom, you see. So people say, oh, you are the Theravada by wearing this. So they see me wear this, they say, oh, you're the Mahayana monk. Okay, this is a simple way to see things only. But nowadays are quite different. Yeah, Junji, any question?
Sifu, is in Chinese the classification is Beichuan and Nanchuan, right?
Yes, that's true. Beichuan and
Nanchuan.
Mahayana. Mahayana and Theravada, Beichuan and Nanchuan. It's a Beichuan mean is the Buddhism which is often spread, including the China, Mongolia, Japan. This we call it as a Beichuan, northern spreading Buddhism. Okay, and there's one more Vajrayana. We call it as Tibetan Buddhism. And then the Buddhism which is common and popular in Sri Lanka, Thailand, Myanmar, they all call it as a Theravada. It's a Nanchuan, northern spread. This is other words. Okay, basically the core is the same. The culture is quite different already. And the philosophy is a little bit different. Like for Mahayana, basically, the real Mahayana actually, it happens in Indian, 1st century, called the Madhyamika and the Yoga Achara. All right. Whereas the Theravada, what what we understand now from the Sri Lanka, what we see now, basically they are originated is about before Christ, before 1st century. The Buddhism, I think about 200 years before the Christ. Okay, there's one group of the monk during the Third Council, which is led by the Mahinda or Venerable Mahinda. He traveled to the Sri Lanka. He traveled to Sri Lanka. It's 200 years before the Christ. And there, he started establishing the Buddhism, and the king preferred Buddhism. So with the help of the king, quite soon, the whole Sri Lanka, they all are Buddhists. They all are Buddhists. And then they start to spread the Buddhism from Sri Lanka to Thailand, to Thailand, to Myanmar, and also to Laos, all these places. So the history of the Theravada is quite old, it's quite old, you see. This is how the beginning. If you understand Mandarin, so you are advised to attend the Tuesday class. Tuesday, I teach history of Buddhism in Mandarin, but in Chinese, just the second lesson only. So if you know, it is good for you to learn. Because why? The differences between the Beichuan, Nanchuan, Mahayana Theravada, there will be some historical background, and you can, and all the facts are, the difference can be dated back to before Christ, because Buddhism starts bleeding just after the parinibbana of the Shakyamuni. We have how to say, we have dispute. If let's say Buddha not clearly define the things, then we start to argue. And okay, you don't want to bow down to me, and I don't want to believe you. So finally, you run your way, I go my way. So finally, that is how the split appeared. So according to the history, just after 200 years of the Buddhism, Buddha Parinibbana, we got 20 schools already. We call it as a schism Buddhism, sectarian Buddhism. 20 sectarian established after Buddha Parinibbana for 200 years in India, So the difference start appeared there, and the differences influence until now. So that's why sometimes you ask, why you are vegetarian? Why the Theravada, they are not vegetarian? Why the Theravada have to pindabat? Why you don't pindabat? Why you can offer me the money? Why there's some Theravada that take money? Why some they don't take the money? So there's a reason behind. For Mahayana, you can see Chao Tu Fa Hui, they believe to the Antarabhawa. The Antarabhawa. Why Theravada they don't believe? So all this actually you can just trace back. Just after Buddha Parinibbana. So if you go to study history of Buddhism, you can have. We'll tell you what the historical background, the difference, and cause the difference. I think here, like Junjie, Yuki, I think most of you are quite interested in this because you are quite fact-based people. You prefer facts. You want to get the reason why things happen like that. So if you're unable to know the Mandarin, you can try to study a little bit from other teachers in English, history of Buddhism. Good. But there's a pros and cons also. Sometimes for history of Buddhism, preferably if you study from the author, the monk as an author, and also if you can learn from the monk, it's better. It's better than the scholar. Because a pure scholar, the way to interpret the difference is quite different from monk. Sometimes, no matter the author or no matter the preacher or the lecturer. So please try to choose the monk, preferably. And if the monk, do the meditation, that's the best. Because the way the decipher, the context will be quite related to their own experience. Sometimes a history of Buddhism can just make your fame disappear. Because they will, for the scholar, they will deny many things, you see. They don't meditate. Some scholar, they have more than one wife. They are alcoholic. and yet they study the Buddhism as their career for the thesis submission. Okay, so you know that how distortion of the theory is it. So that's why you have to make sure that you choose the right people, the author, and the lecturer for the subject. Okay, next, continue. We go to the practice meditating by sitting. We got a samatha, body adjustment we have done, and the breath adjustment, okay, is the method of the breathing. All right. So yes, Liping, can you please read it out? Basically, huh?
Basically, there is 4 types of breathing method. First, during or after vigorous exercise such as playing basketball or football, the speed and strength of breathing is similar to typhoon. This is not suitable for meditation. Guest, you are depressed and saddened once you are scared, nervous, sick, weak, exciting. You should lie down for a rest and meditate only after recovering. Breath, qi. There are 4 types in total. Breathing by nose.
Oh, no. This is, you haven't finished. This is the normal breathing, right?
This is a normal breathing, which is hearable and 16 to 18 times for each minute. It is the minimal requirement and the secure speed for breathing.
Okay, thank you so much. Please highlight the point. Okay, class, basically, if your breath is just like a wind, you are not suitable to meditate. Because, the wind type breath happen just after the vigorous exercise. Second is about the gaps. Let's take a look at the gaps. So once you are experience the gaps, meaning to say you are depressed and saddened, okay? So according to the text, you should do the meditation after the recovery from the gaps. Well, sometimes the sad, okay, and the sorrow might be due to scary, maybe due to something happening. Okay, anyway, class, it is advisable that before the graduate, I hope one thing can happen to you is the flow of the energy through your vertebra. You should experience that. Should I know, is there anybody experience the flow of energy along your vertebra during the meditation? Meaning to say that there's the energy to support your vertebra become strengthened. Without, the chi is the source to support you. Anybody experienced that before? None. Okay, well, this is a crucial point for the meditator. If let's say you can feel the energy flow along your vertebra and support your back to the straight, so meaning to say that you have some certain extent of the healing power. Especially if let's say you feel sad, there can be many reasons cause you sad, or maybe you can be very sick just after operation. Okay, but if let's say you are able to feel the energy flow the vertebra, meaning to say that you can just trigger your energy. You can call up your energy to start to heal yourself. No matter physically, mentally, your energy can do certain things. We can experiment now. Okay, please close your eye. Okay, close your eye. Okay, just sit without the support, without any support. Okay, yeah, without any support. Okay, follow instruction. Imagine the energy flow through the top of the head and flow along the vertebra, okay, and go until to the lowest part of the vertebra. And then imagine again the energy start to flowing up from the lower parts of the vertebra and flow up along to the vertebra, go to the top of the brain and flow out. Again, you imagine the energy flow in through the top of the head along the vertebra and flow to the end of the vertebra. Again, imagine energy flow from the lower parts of the vertebra and go and flow up until to the top of the head. Open your eye, please. Anybody, can you feel the energy flowing? Anybody feel it? Yeah, King, huh? Yeah, that's good. King, do you feel that there's energy support your vertebra? Is this correct? The energy support your vertebra becomes straight. Is this right? On the mic, please.
I don't know what's that, but I can feel the chi flowing up to the top chakra and then going down.
Okay, so you can exactly feel, so meaning to say that without the cushion, the supportive, without the support of the cushion, you are managed to be sit in strict position. Am I right? Yeah.
But maybe not too long.
Yeah, not too long. Well, anyway, it's good already. So, King, if it happened to you, if let's say, okay, one day you feel very sad, or you feel wounded, so you stay at the house, you just rest. So you can try to imagine the energy flow through your vertebra. And also you can imagine the energy, try to just, how to say, scroll in your body from all the particular chakra. Okay, so it's advisable for you, before graduate, you master the skill. So this is a skill for your self-healing. This is quite important because as a layman, you got a lot of trouble with the human issue, especially in your career. So, and also sometimes the job itself is quite volatile. So the mood also volatile. So meaning to say that you must have some stable mind, and you must got the ability for self-healing. So so make your job easy. You can keep on your job easily, you see. So get it. Well, anyway, after the Qigong class, after the meditation class, you are eligible to join Erdi Qigong class. Well, Qigong is quite effective, and you can very easily feel the energy once you tune yourself in the alpha wave. Okay, so you are eligible to join just after the meditation class. But of course, there must. Of course, it must be safe for me to feel open the temple because learning Qigong by Zoom, first lesson, no, you have to come face by face. So far, I think it's not good to learn the Qigong by Zoom. If you got trouble, I don't know how to heal you. You get what I mean? The first lesson must be face by face. Okay, yeah, you are encouraged to join. Now I think about 1,000 people is in the waiting list already. More than 1,000 people. So if you join, yeah, preferably you can join but must be in KL area only. KL Selangor. You can try the method. The healing power is so strong for the Qigong. So you can just integrate together with the meditation, Anapanasati, and make you have a strong healing power. That's the point. Okay, so second about the gaps. The third about the breath. So basically the breath is quite good. The breath, we call it as a chi. It's about 16 to 18 times per minute. Plus you can try to count by yourself. You can try it to do the counting by yourself. Okay. Okay, now we go to the breath. We call it as a C. Mr. Teo, can you please read it out? There are 4 types in total.
There are 4 types in total. A, breathing by nose. The basic method of meditating is using nose for breathing with speed of 16 to 18 times each minute. The difference between Qi and Xi is Qi is not hearable with the normal speed and naturally operated by lung. Controllably observing the breath may fasten it and cause fainting, while slowing it down may cause tightness in the chest. If you notice difficulties in breathing, such as dizziness, and so on, adjust your breath for 4 seconds for each in and out. Will make you feel comfortable. D, abdominal breathing. Nose is still utilized for breathing, but the focus at abdomen. The beginners should not reluctantly control and force the air abdomen dantian. Generally, after the period of meditation, and breath will be automatically flow to dantian through diaphragm. At the moment, the body and mind of meditators will feel relaxed and comfortable. The breathing is getting low, long, deep, and rough gradually. The sufficiency is filling in our lung, dantian, spread to every cell throughout the body. Naturally, rhythm of breathing is gradually shifted from lung to abdomen without controlling it.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, class, please highlight the point. Okay, class, basically, now we go to the standard breathing, which is a breathing by nose. Okay, breathing by nose, standard breathing is about 16 to 18 times per minute, and we don't hear the sound. Okay, and basically the breathing is smooth. Okay, we don't really control. We don't control our breath. Just let the breath go naturally. Okay, for certain yogi, they have a tendency to control their breath. Okay, so after the meditation, they will feel tension, they will feel tired, they don't feel any relaxed. Anybody have tendency to control your breath? Can you put up your hand? No, okay. If let's say they have a tendency to control their breath, meaning to say that they will just put a lot of energy here and also put energy here. You can feel that, wow, a lot of energy has been used just to observe the breath. Pay attention to the breath, just like to hold the paper. You see, it's so easy to hold the paper, right? If you don't use the energy, you can't hold the paper. Okay, but if you use excessive energy, you will hold the paper like this. You see, even worse. You see, so meaning to say that pay attention to the breath, just like holding the paper only. Just a little bit energy we do. But for those who are unable to do this, so meaning to say that they will feel stressed, and after the meditation, they will feel headache. All these things will appear. So you just be careful next time. Will you over exert energy while you're paying attention? Okay. So next is about the diaphragmatic breathing. So we go through the video clip to understand the meaning of the diaphragmatic breathing. So let's take a look.
The primary muscle of respiration is the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a thin, dome-shaped layer of muscle and tendon that separates the abdominal cavity from the chest cavity. It gains its shape from its attachments and from the organs that surround it, especially the heart, lungs, and liver. The diaphragm attaches at the costals along the lower rib cage, high in the front of the sternum, and deeply in the back along the spine. The diaphragm also attaches to itself via a central tendon, making the diaphragm one of the unique muscles of the body. The diaphragm uses its central tendon and its attachments as leverage to flatten during inhalation. The expansion of the ribs comes from the resistance of the internal organs to downward movement. As the internal organs are slow to move, the ribs expand to make room for the lungs.
While the diaphragm attaches at the bottom of the ribs, its range of motion never reaches that low in the body. As seen from below, we get a sense of the full range of motion of the diaphragm as it would glide over the aorta, the vena cava, the esophagus, and the internal organs. For more information, visit www.3dyoga.com.
One more video clip.
To learn diaphragmatic breathing, lie down on your back and concentrate on expanding your abdomen outward as you breathe in and contracting it inward as you breathe out. Minimize any movement of your chest. Initially, when learning diaphragmatic breathing, you may experience tightness in the solar plexus. However, with practice, this tightness will dissolve and diaphragmatic breathing will become a natural and comfortable way of breathing.
Okay, a class basically from two video clip, meaning to say that after meditate for a certain time, for a certain period, your breath will start to changing from the chest breathing to the abdominal breathing, or we call it diaphragmatic breathing. Basically, meaning to say that once the breath go into the diaphragmatic, go to the dantian, the abdomen, meaning to say that that your diaphragm is start to move in and up, move up and down, move up and down, and the diaphragm causes the flow of the from the air. Okay. Once you reach up, when you're able to reach to the diaphragmatic breathing, meaning to say that you will get more oxygen, your body are able to tap in more oxygen to the body, and the body will try to force the 1/3 of the blood which is stored in our liver to come out. So basically, once you experience the diaphragmatic breathing, you will start to enjoy the meditation, and you found that you can focus better. Chest breathing basically, will trigger the scattered mind, and also, the scattered mind and the mind which is vulnerable to angry and also greedy. But for abdominal breathing, you can experience, the abdominal, usually abdominal breathing goes along with the mind which is calm and smooth. That is the reason why for the Qigong and the yoga, they will try to purposely to trim out the abdominal breathing, like what you see in the second video clip. Just try to lie down and experience the diaphragm up and the down. Whereas for Buddhism, like what you all do, you just observe your breath. As long as you can pay attention for half an hour, then you will notice that the breath start to flow down. Your breathing method will start to shift from the lung, from the chest breathing, go to the abdominal breathing. Yeah. Anyone start to experience abdominal breathing now? Can you put up your hand? Junjie, you experienced that before. Getting Mr. Teo. You notice that, just up and down is the abdomen only, the chest no more moving. Is this correct? Basically, at that time, you're quite focused, right? Isn't it? You can focus well during at that moment, right? It is impossible that abdominal breathing, but the mind is scattered. No, it won't happen like that. Basically, once you do abdominal breathing, the mind is quite focused and quite calm. Correct? Correct. If that's the case, meaning to say you do it correctly lah. All right. So now next we go to the other breathing type. We call it as
womb-like.
Yeah, womb-like breathing. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Junjie, can you please write it out? Womb-like breathing.
Womb-like breathing. The fetus in mother's womb does not breathe through his own nose, but through circulation of system which is connected with mother. For those who attain jnana, The abdominal breathing would upgrade torporous breathing. Pulse turns itself as respiratory organ. At this moment, the pulse becomes uncertain, but still depends on external energy for supply. The universal is womb now, and our body is the baby inside the womb. D. Tortoise-like breathing. The tortoise is among the animals with the longest lifespan. It will still survive even without the supply of food and air, even after having been buried for hundreds of years. Those meditate to fourth jhana can do the same, survive without air and their heartbeat stop. They are different from the corpse since their body is not decayable and the biological structure is still alive. When somebody goes strong, the breathing turns from partly tortoise-like to fully tortoise-like state. At this moment, the body of meditator himself forms a small universal, the energy within the body circulating and self-supply without depends on external energy for consumption.
Thank you so much. Please highlight the point. Okay, class, we'll go through a video clip before the discussion. Let's take a look.
Welcome back. We've all heard the expression, you can't fit a round peg into a square hole. But don't tell that to the man you're about to meet. He's a mystical Frenchman who will attempt to do the truly impossible. Let's go to Mark Thompson in our Guinness studio.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Yogi Kudu. He's been studying the discipline of yoga for the past 43 years. He stands 6 feet tall and weighs 183 pounds. He will attempt to squeeze his entire frame into this box. It measures 15.7 by 16.9 by 20.9 inches. Let me show you how small that is. It's a 5-gallon water bottle. Take a look. Now, once inside the box, the yogi will be submerged underwater. Guinness judges are going to be timing both how long the yogi will be in the box and underwater for a new Guinness record. You ready? The yogi has requested everyone in our studio be as quiet as possible while he prepares himself. In order to fit his 6-foot, 183-pound body into the box, the yogi needs incredible flexibility and concentration. To prepare himself, the yogi is putting himself into a meditative state called samadhi. And that's a meditative technique that allows him to slow his heartbeat down to 32 beats a minute. The yogi grew up on the French island of Guadeloupe. He speaks very little English. It was there that he learned to Samadhi meditations. Right now, he's ready to enter the box. The studio audience here absolutely mesmerized. The flexibility necessary to do this is seemingly impossible to achieve. I remind you the yogi is 6 feet tall. The box is 20 inches high. If the yogi doesn't slow his heart rate and breathing sufficiently before he enters the box, he could run out of oxygen once the box is sealed. Again, I caution you, do not try this at home. Right now, as the yogi is about to fully enter the box, he's touching his forehead to reopen what he calls the chakra. He told me that this is the moment when he leaves his physical body. He claims to be outside and above it. Remember, we're seeing this 6-foot man get inside this tiny box of 20 inches. This is truly remarkable. He's almost completely inside. This is a stunning sight. The yogi's in a fetal position, which he has to maintain for the next 6 or 7 minutes. Once he's completely inside, I remind you, as if this weren't enough, the box will be completely submerged in water. Is now inside. The audience is watching. This is almost beyond belief. That's the yogi's son. He'll be assisting his father, and now he's closing the door of the box. He's the only one that the yogi trusts to seal that box correctly. The Gittist judges just started the clock as the box is sealed. Our Gittist staff is carefully carrying the yogi over to a tank of water, which will be carefully submerged completely. To help conserve oxygen, the yogi claims his pulse is now 32 beats a minute. This is one of the most amazing things I've ever witnessed. Fetal position. Completely submerged. This is ice that's being added to slow down the yogi's respiration. He says that the cooler the water, the more his pores will close. That allows him to save his energy. Inside the box are there to illustrate that there is no trick to what you are seeing. As you can see, the yogi has now been inside the box for 3 minutes and 25 seconds. That's 5 minutes now that the yogi has been in the box. Once again, what you're looking at is absolutely real and incredibly dangerous. The yogi has no hidden oxygen supply. His meditation and concentration are all he's relying on to keep him alive. Yogi's son Wilmot is the only one who knows how his body can be in the water. He just hasn't asked for the yogi to be removed now. He's been underwater for almost 5 minutes now, and he's counting about 6 minutes inside of that box. This is unbelievable. Wilmot is now unlatching the box. I remind you, the yogi is 6 feet tall and 183 pounds. I can't help but think that he'd suffocate or cramp up during this time. atmosphere in the studio right now. His left arm is completely out. The yogi tells us that at the moment he re-enters his body, it's a moment of shock. He says that's because the conscious mind makes the body aware of his surroundings. Yogi's experiencing that shock that makes him shake. It's a cold sensation of reality. Even knowing what to expect, what I've just seen approaches the impossible. The total time in the box, 6 minutes and 5 seconds. The box was submerged in the water for 4 minutes and 49 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we applause for him. Very good, wonderful. Okay, class. Okay, now I have to go out now. Okay, so there's a homework for you. First, okay, so just tell me which type of breathing the yogi experience. Warm breathing or the tortoise-like breathing. Please answer in the WhatsApp group. Question number 1. Second, do you hope that one day you can do what the yogi could do or not? So meaning to say, can stop breathing, or maybe and you can perform to your family member, let them see, you say, oh, I learned the tortoise-like breathing, or then no need to breath, you see, even better than no need to, it's even further than, no need to breath, you see, even better than no need to eat, right? Of course, and so you just write these 2 things, in the WhatsApp group, so answer to me. So we transfer the merit now. Okay, so please palms together.